Hello everyone, good evening. So please ask your friends to join the session as soon as possible. So today's session will start with the LMS and after that, today we are going to learn on the Excel as we started, and we're going to work on to the data cleaning part as well. Okay, so be ready. Ask your friends, ask your fellow mates to join the session as soon as possible. Thank you. Okay, so as others are joining, couple of you already have the understanding onto the LMS portal. But still, I will just walk you through again. As yesterday, we missed on to the LMS KT part. And I'm requesting once again to all the participants, please ask your friends to join the session as soon as possible. Very good evening to all the participants, those who are on YouTube as well. Good evening, good evening. Thanks, everyone. So, dear learners, uh, okay, so let's start. So, dear learners, couple of you already have the understanding onto the LMS portal. Okay, so I will give you the quick walkthrough onto the same because every day we are not going to receive the emails to join the session or details, right? So for that reason, once we are going to have the LMS access, we can access all this data material. Yes, okay, I will wait for 2 minutes. So meanwhile, let me check the chat box over the YouTube as well. So nice. Nice to see you guys. 56 participants over the YouTube as well. And we just crossed the 400 over the Zoom. So I believe that today also we are going to reach the capacity, the Zoom capacity. So others, I'm requesting if any of your friends is going to start the session or join the session from up to some time, and if they're not able to join, I'm requesting them to share the YouTube link with them. Okay, so they will be joining on the YouTube. So YouTube participant, anything you can keep posting into the chat box. I will take it up. The registered course not shown into the dashboard section. So you can just drop an email to edl@com, or else you can just do a re-registration. Maybe there is some issue with the registration process. Okay. Okay. So let's start, guys. So first of all, I have one question to you. So what is the full form of the LMS and what are the usage? So you guys have access to chat into the chat box. So Zoom participants, YouTube participant, please be interactive. I'm waiting for you into the chat box. Sir, how will the attendance mark? Yes. I will be explaining you each and everything from attendance to the certification. Everything I will explain. No need to worry on that part. First of all, answer my question. What is the use of LMS and what is the full form of the LMS? No interaction, no good evenings, nothing's. Why? Yeah, Harshini, correct. A learning management system. So, dear participant, LMS is known as a learning management system. And by using LMS, we can access all the material of our course from the portal itself. It's be like a one-stop solution to get all the content. One-stop solution means be like if we go into the simple language. So we used to visit a shop called as a DMart, right? At that place, we'll get everything. So from grocery, daily use things, then vegetables, fruits, right? Even we'll get the clothes as well, the footwears. So why we used to visit there? So at one place, we'll get everything, right? Likewise, by using the LMS portal, whatever the study material we are going to use for this program, whatever the sessions we are recording now, so you can access that from the LMS portal. And on top of it, you can join the session from LMS portal. You can get the material from the LMS portal. You can mark your attendance from the LMS portal, right? So we're not required to be a dependent on everything or everyone like, oh, today ma'am forgot to share the attendance in a college group, sorry, session link into the college group, so I not joined the session. These are the reasons, right? And now we're not required to give the reasons. Okay, so I not received the link, I not joined the session, that happened, blah blah blah. Not at all, right? If we have a portal with us, we have to utilize that in a good way. So now how you are going to access the LMS portal, right? So whenever you are registering, the automated mail you are receiving from the team of XLR. So while checking the email, you can check into the inbox. If not, you can check into the spam folder as well. Okay. The email with the subset LMS portal account details by XLR containing the portal link, email address, and password. So if you are a first time user of XLR, you are received this mail and one more mail, that is welcome email. If you already attended any of our previous programs, suppose any SDP or FDP, so in that scenario you receive an one email, welcome email, because whenever we open your account at that time you already receive the LMS portal account details mail. So by using same credentials you can do a sign in. So see here, portal link, that is nothing but a URL. So if the students are here from the tech background, so they will be having the understanding that what is the use of URL or what is the full form of the URL, right? But in simple words or with the simple examples, if I want to tell you, so see, everybody knows the Amazon, right? If we want to order something, we'll search on Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, right? If my mobile is going to crash, but I want to open the Instagram because that is our food. We can't live without that, right? So what I will do then, I will just open my laptop on that. I will search Instagram.com or Instagram.in and I will provide my credentials. I will log in. So whatever I am saying, that all URLs, Amazon.com, right? Flipkart.com. No, sir, will not use the Amazon only or will not use the Insta only. We'll use the LinkedIn.in as well. We'll use the Naukri.com as well to search the job. So whatever I am saying, that all URLs and our LMS portal URL is mylearning.xla.com. Simple, easy to keep in mind, right? mylearning.xla.com, and your username is your mail ID and the system generated password. System generated password is a little bit clumsy and lengthy to keep in mind or always copy paste. So definitely once we are going to do a first time sign in, I will give you the idea on top of it how you are able to update the password. So now let's go ahead and log into the LMS and I will give you the idea on that how you can join the session and what things are available over the LMS portal, right? So let me reshare my screen and let me open my browser. So whatever the browser you're using, so you can just open that. what is the LMS URL, guys? Are you there? Are you listening me carefully? So now just one more announcement. We reached the Zoom capacity. So those your friends are trying to join, ask them to join over the YouTube. Okay. What I said, what is the LMS URL? mylearning.xla.com. Once I click on that, here I will find the existing user login. You are able to see the web page as well. Couple of our courses, the government initiative, AFSHAP, long-term internship, NASCOM, SWAYAM Plus. So you can go through that definitely whenever you will get the time. But let's now focus on to the sign in part. So existing user login, yes, and here I have to provide my details. So username, mail ID, and the system generated password, whatever you have. Suppose you already registered, you have all these details. This time you not receive any email. You receive a welcome email, but you are not remembering what is your password. You can utilize the forget your password option. Click on that. It will ask you to provide your registered mail ID, send the instruction, and then you will get one email, update the password and login. But now I know that what is my mail ID and what is my password, and I will click on sign in. So what next? What will happen? What will happen? So in a coding language, two things will happen. It will give me the output, or else it will give me the error that something is missing. So while filling the details, make sure that you are providing the details correctly, whatever the password is there. So my details are correct. I'm clicking on sign in. So let's check now. Yes. So my details correct. I landed onto the dashboard, and here I am able to see the couple of options: back to homepage, community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history, and help. And here I have one more option, that is a profile. So from profile, I have to update my details. So whenever we used to open any of our account on any of the portal, we'll have the basic information to update. We'll set our photo, we'll set our username, right? So I'm clicking on a profile, clicking on settings. From here, I can update my profile. Okay. So I can check here, full name, username, right? Then your photo, mobile number, and the most important option, that is updating password. Why it is important? As I said that because a system generated password is a little bit lengthy. We're not required to open the mail every time. You can set up that sign with the Google, or else you can update the password, and by using the password you can directly log. Yes, correct. So once both the passwords are going to match, update password button will be enabled, and from next time onwards you can use the updated password to do a login. So now let me go back on a dashboard. Whatever you are able to see, the back to homepage, community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history, health. What are the usage of that? If you're on homepage, make sure that you're on dashboard. We are not required to do anything with the community. This is not for you at all. Then leaderboard, as per your performance, the leaderboard is going to upgrade here. The tech students again will be having the understanding on the part of HackerRank lead code, where performing performance of the coding they will be getting that. So as XLR, we are providing the many programs to the many universities, IITs, MITs, colleges, corporate, right? So they are working on coding assessment as well, right? So as per their performance, the leaderboard will be upgrading. Even how you are also going to perform, the leaderboard will be going to upgrade. So when I click on the dashboard, the business development course not available, drop an email to edil@excel.com. I will give the special time for the Q&A. So please wait. Let me complete my talk first. So the important thing that is about the dashboard, guys. So listen me carefully here, just 2-3 more minutes, and then we'll start with the class. I know that you guys are eagerly waiting for the same. I also don't want to take too much time. Okay. So here you have live session today, that one tap, and from here you can join the session. Okay. So as we are running this session on a Zoom and YouTube, so these are the two platforms which is user friendly, and while accessing you will not suffer too much that this is not happening that all not at all, right? You have to click on the link, you can access the Zoom, but the Zoom capacity is restricted. So in that scenario, now a couple of you are not able to join the session, so you diverted onto the YouTube. Also very simple thing, click on the link and you will be able to join the session from the YouTube. So for the YouTube participants, for the YouTube participants, I have one thing. Okay, I have one thing which I want to tell you. 1 minute. Okay. So see, so this is our another YouTube channel. Definitely we have two channels. You can subscribe to channel. You're not required to go ahead and get the link as well. Once you click on subscribe, just click on to the all bell icon. Okay, all notification, and once the class start, you will get the notification. And if you have any query or question, so you can check here. Couple of you are messaging me into the chat box, right? Something is happening with my system. Suppose you are not able to see the chat box, then what you will do? Okay, what you will do? You will click on 126 here down, and here you have a join the live, and below that you will be having one more option. Let me show you that live chat. So once you click on live chat, that panel will be opening. Okay, so whatever query or question you have, you can just post here. Our team will take it. Okay, so that's for the YouTube participants. Even you can watch the video on YouTube too. So I hope clear on to the joining the session. Now, how we are able to access the recordings of the session, about the attendance and all these things. So once you scroll down below live session pop up, you have enroll courses, and you are able to see this course SDP on business intelligence using advanced Excel and Power BI. In that, the first of all, you will be having the agenda. You will get to know that, okay, so what we are going to learn for this 15 days, right? Below that, you have attendance and feedback link. So dear participants, so this link is something which is going to mark your attendance, and on top of it, 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation. Certification will be shared once after closing the program after 15 days. Okay, clear? So this link will be shared over the Zoom and YouTube as well, sharp at 8:30. And attendance link will be open for 1 hour. That will be from 8:30 to 9:30. Okay. So a couple of you are asking me about the attendance certification. So this is the clarification for the same. So I have lots of experience being here in the session. Couple of you already know me. All right. I know that what you guys will do, you will start posting from 8:20, 8:15. Attendance sir, attendance sir, attendance sir. This is not good at all, right? You are champs, right? So 8:30, if you know you are going to receive the links, you have to wait for the same. If you are going to do the same thing and again, then I will not share the attendance and I will extend that time. So make sure that you're not going to do such things. Then live sessions, how you are going to join, that I explained. Then you can check here, day one recording is already available. You can access that from to the LMS portal. Day two recording, now whatever is happening, that is live. And reading material practice files, whatever ma'am is using now for sessions, definitely that will be also available here. Yes, so that's all from my side about the LMS portal. Now we start with the class. Whatever the queries or question you have, keep me posting into the chat box. I will take it up. So without wasting too much time, let's enter into the session. So Narendra ma'am, over to you. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so everyone can share my screen, right? So good evening, everyone. All right, so let's first go for a quick recap. What did we learn yesterday, guys? What is business intelligence? What did we learn? Please be active on chat. Yeah. What did we learn about business intelligence? What is business intelligence? Okay, some of you want AI companion for what? I don't know. Okay. I would suggest that all of you put your comments on the chat window for everyone so that I can see who's okay. So basically, we understood that the ability to collect data, store data, analyze the data, right, using a worksheet basically is called as business intelligence. Correct. So it is not about Excel or Power BI or Tableau. It is about collecting the data, ability to ask questions, organizing the data, and answering these questions. That is all business intelligence is about. Okay. So today we will start our Excel journey in terms of business intelligence. Okay. Yeah, correct. Jaya is correct. Yes. Transforming your questions or the business requirements into solutions is called as business intelligence. Okay. Very good. So now we will learn how I can use Excel. So till now we have just been using Excel, right? So today we will use Excel as a tool for data. Okay. So our goal is that by the end of the session, you understand what is raw data. So any one of you understand what we call as raw data, guys? Any idea? The clue is in the word raw data. What does that mean? Unorganized data. Very good. Yes. What else? So when you say unorganized data, what do you mean? Data fetched. Yes, correct. It contains noise. Very good. I think some of you are computer students, right? Yes. So basically, it might have a lot of issues. Okay. The data could be unorganized in the sense that it's not readable, or it could have a lot of noise. So what do we mean by noise? Noise could be errors. Noise could be, duplicates. Noise could be having blank spaces, right? Yes, it may be correct, it may not be correct, correct. So the data which we cannot just start using, basically, okay, that's called as raw data. We don't call it as unorganized data. So people who've been using unorganized data, you're in the right context, but instead of using the word unorganized data, you can use what we call as raw data. Okay, we generally call this as raw data. Is this clear to everyone? Okay. So it is very different from structured or unstructured data. Okay. What do we mean by unstructured data? We basically mean multimedia. Okay. So do not confuse between raw data and unstructured data. Okay. Clear, everyone? So here we are interested basically in raw data. Okay. So we are going to be working with structured data only, which is text data. And that is why we will be using Excel. If I'm using multimedia data and all, I cannot be using Excel as it is, correct? Is this clear, everyone? Yes, unprocessed data, correct. That is also another word. But generally, rather than saying unprocessed data, we can use the word raw data, because I'll tell you, sometimes you can actually get data from websites, correct? So to a level, it is processed only, because if I put it into Excel also, the Excel has to read that data, correct? But it might still have errors. Okay. So hence we call it as raw data. Am I making sense, everyone? Okay, why we are spending so much of time in jargons? Because tomorrow in an interview, you should be using the correct words. So using the correct vocabulary to answer question itself shows you confidence, and it actually projects you as a candidate who is much more suitable for the job, as you know what to do and you also know how to talk about it. Okay. So that's why this vocabulary, which is a jargon, we will say, is important. Okay. Now, once I clean this data, this raw data actually becomes usable data. Okay. Making sense, everyone? Then we will use Excel. We will use Excel in two ways to clean the data. One will be using formulas. I think some of the formulas, most of you will know. And then we will use something called as Power Query, which is available in Excel, and we will learn how to clean this data. Now, what is exciting about Power Query? Anyone has used Power Query already? Are there anyone here who's already heard about Power Query or used it? Okay. No one? Okay, very good. So today we will learn Power Query. Okay. Okay. So there are people who know Power Query, correct? Yes. So Power Query is available in another tool. What is, in which tool it's available? It's available in another tool, no? Which tool is it? Yes, it is also there in Power BI. Correct. Very good. So once you understand how to use Power BI, we are going to do the same thing for Power Query. You will use the same thing in Power BI also. So do you understand this? So this is how Excel to a certain level shares a lot of tools with Power BI. Hence, they are very good companions. You know, learn one, you will also be able to work with the other tool. Okay. Making sense, everyone? All right, great, great. So let's understand now. What makes the real world data messy, guys? I know you can read what is on the slide. So we know that data itself comes from different formats, right? It can have numbers, it can have different data types, it can be a combination of number and words, right? Then it could also have different formats. Other than this, why do you think real world data is messy? We just discussed some of it. What will be the other reasons, guys? Anyone here? What makes data messy is the question. Incompleteness. So if the data is not complete, we cannot do anything about it. Okay. And in fact, we cannot work with 100% data. Sometimes we do sampling and work on it. Yes. Very good. So you can see that data might have noise. So it could be unclean, right? It could also have a lot of duplicates. Very good. What else? What makes data very issue? Outliers. Yes. Okay. So see, outliers and all are basically something that you understand by looking at graphs or by using statistics, right? So to a certain level, outliers and all are certain features that you will identify from numbers, numerical data, correct? Before that only you'll have some data which is very messy. What would that be? Now you can see that I have different types of data, CSV files, log files. So how can you open log files? Where, in what platform you'll open, guys? In log files? It'll be good if everyone is going to chat on the window, everyone, right? Currently, you're all using your own window. SQL, correct. We also have SQL data, that's true. Missing data, okay. Incorrect data, that's correct. So correct and incorrect is again something that we'll have to use mathematics or something to understand. Inconsistent, inaccurate, poorly structured. So we are not talking about structure only, guys. So sometimes what happens is we don't even have the correct software to read the files, correct? Like if you have a log file, you have a system file, okay? It might have the extension .log. How will you read it? So you can open it in Excel. You can read it like a text file, correct? Now, most of these files we can open in Excel. Okay. So many of you know CSV files also we can open in Excel, right? But what will be the main problem when you try to open a CSV file? Any idea? So I will show you a problem. I'm just going to share my screen. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I'm going to basically now, I have a file. Let's say I have a text file or I have a CSV file. Okay, I try to open CSV file. So let's open the CSV file. Okay, I have this. I'm opening it. Can you see my screen, everyone? Okay, is this good data? Is there a problem with this data? I have opened a CSV file, right? Is this clean data? Or is there a problem with this data? Tell me. What is the problem? There are some people who are saying there is some issue, right? What is it? You can see. Can you now see this, guys? What is happening? Yes. So instead of copying it across columns, what has happened? It's just read in one particular column, correct? So this is definitely not what we look in a worksheet, right? So how do we correct this problem, guys? Yes, it is not at all reading properly. This is not making any sense, right? Correct. Yes, some of you are correctly saying. So one way of doing this is, what I will do, I am going to select this column, then I go to data. Okay. I select this text to column. I have to select a delimited. Okay. Now a CSV file means that comma is my delimiter. Delimiter means what? Every different column is defined by a comma. Okay. That's what it means. So I select it. Now you can see. Can you now see I have got correct data? Making sense? Everyone? Yes. There is another way of opening it. What is that? So what we can do is, we can actually go to data. Okay. You can see here, get data. Can you see that? So you have to click on get data. So here you can see. Can you see this? There are different formats of data which are available. Okay. So I go to XML, let's say. I'm not opening a CSV file, I'm opening an XML file. Okay. You can see I have an XML file also here. So I say get data. Now can you see, guys? So the source file, basically, it has got something like this, correct? So I have an XML file, which is nothing but a website. So if you look at this file on its own, the XML file, I'm gonna share my window. Okay. So here you can see, this is how the XML file is, correct? Can you see that? It has got something like this. Of course, I cannot open it in Excel, right? Okay. So the way in which I can see that there are people who are actually saying that I have worked with Java files, I have worked with XML files, I have worked with data files, right? So how do you open it? Basically, you basically will go to Excel. Okay. So you have to basically, so I can also do another one. I've got something like this, no? So let's do another one. We simply have to go to data. Okay. We know that for CSV and all, we do text to columns. So here, instead of doing that, just select this. Okay. Now, suppose I'm having a different kind of file. Okay. What are the different types of files other than CSV I might have? You can say I have a log file. So I basically select it with as a text file or a CSV. Okay. I use the same thing. I do next. You can see it will open. Can you see this? It is opening the date as well as the time. What is the instance? And you can see some information. Correct? Then we have to press load. Making sense, everyone? Can you see this now? Yes? Am I making sense? Similarly, I can load another one. Let's say I go to data. I basically go and select open, text, browse. I open the CSV file also. Then I have to say next. Okay, so here it's even asking me for the delimiter. It's a comma, I think, right? So ideally the comma should work. I don't know. Okay. So you have a, you can go to transform. So you can basically go and transform it. That's fine. Okay. Suppose it's not working, I can actually go here. I can basically transform it. Okay. So we can extract this data. We can do all that using delimiters. Okay. So we will learn how to do this. But is this clear, guys? How we can use Excel for this? Anyone having any query? Yes, no? Making sense, everyone? So now you know how you can open different types of data. Okay. What are the different types of data you can open? You can open log files. You can open tabular, like CSV. We also have TSV, CSV, .txt. All of this you can open in text or CSV. Okay. Using that particular option. Go to data, open file, right? Suppose you are having Java file, you are having MySQL, that is .sql files. If you are having that, then you have to connect it to a database. Okay. If you are having XML, then you open it using XML. If you are having JSON, you can see there is a separate one for that. Okay. So this is an easy way in which you can open different types of data in Excel. Everyone clear? So if you have any query, this is the time to ask before we go to the next topic. What is a database meaning? Okay. So a database is nothing but a storage area, okay, where all your data is stored. That's all. It's called a database. So I think in the introduction, we heard about LMS, correct? So it is a learning management system. So in a learning management system, what happens? It will have data about you. It will have data about the classes. It will have data about the timing. It will have some multimedia, right? So this is a database. So it will have different databases. Am I making sense? Is the concept of database clear? Yes. So now you understand Excel is now very useful. So tomorrow in the interview, if you are going to get some problem to work on and you have to start doing analysis or analytics, You can first open it in Excel, do the transformations. That is our goal today. Okay, we are going to learn that as fast as possible. Okay, clear? So these are very simple concepts. But if you have your laptop with you, it will be nice because then you can work along with me or you can check what is it. Okay. All right. So, one concept over. Now let's open this file and we have to understand that what is the issue with this file. Okay. So let me share my window. So you can see now I've opened that file. Okay. This file is there in front of me. So what are the issues with this data, guys? Do we have any issues? Is this data all okay for analysis or it's having issues? What are the issues you find? This is basically raw data. I've just opened this data, so it's raw. Date is a problem. Correct. Very good. What else is a problem? What else is a problem? Date, correct. Structured. See, this is all structured data only. Product is a problem. What is the problem with product? Yes, you can see that. It's having different mobile phone itself. If you see, it's having different spacing. Correct. Some of them is not having spacing. Like smartwatch. You can see here. This has one space. This doesn't have any space. Correct. Okay. What else? Okay, date. Yes. You can see that no matter what I select, all data type is general. So there is no specific format. Yes, that's an issue. What else? Very good, guys. Really good. I'm very impressed. What else? What other problem is there? Tell me. Date format, correct. This is table format only. So even though the data inside is not correct, this is table format only. Okay. What other issue? It is not organized. No, we have organized it. You can see now. I can see it here, right? Header is fine actually. If you see, the header is pretty much good. If you see this, right? Yes, I will provide the Excel sheet. So I'm trying to see whether I can share anything here. Yeah, I'm going to share this Excel sheet with you guys. You can open it here with you. Okay. Okay, I have just shared the Excel file, guys. You can download this. Okay. Everyone got it? Yeah, there is no currency. Very good. What else? What's the problem? So you can see, no, payment method, you can see UPI is there in different, some of them are caps, some of them are small. Correct. Now you can see amount. Right? You can see that this total amount does not have a formula. This is also a problem, if you can see. It's not calculated, it is available as a number, right? That's also a problem. Yes, very good. So you can see that city, some is Bangalore, other one is called Bangalore, right? Then I showed you the spacing. So you have a smart watch here with the gap. Then you have another smart watch, there is no gap. Where is the taxes? Let's not look into the logic of this data. Okay, Rakesh? That's fine. We will do that later. Okay. Payment mode, yeah, caps. So we are just going to clean what is the data which is available. And we can add all these taxes and all, Rakesh. So if we know the percentage of tax and all, we can add it. No problem. Okay. We will create columns. Okay. And we will do that. Okay. Now we have to correct this data. How will we correct this data, guys? Tell me what formula we can use. So let's look at this first issue. Okay. we have this order date. So you can see there is only one thing which is a problem. Okay. So the first thing we can do is we can select it and we can convert this into date. Do we have a date here? So you select here, then you go to date, correct? So now you can basically select this. I think some of us are more comfortable in this, some of us are more comfortable in this. So you can select it, hard code it. Okay. Now you can see this is still a problem. So we have to rewrite it, correct? Okay. Now look at this customer name. Can you see customer name also there is a problem? So this Anita Verma, you can see has got 2 spaces between Anita and Verma. Rahul Sharma's 1 space only. Suresh Kumar is, let's say, 1 space only. This is a very small data set. So you can say that I can actually go row by row, I can correct it, correct? What, suppose you had millions of data like this. How will you correct it? If you had millions of data like this, how will you correct it? So I'm just resending this data because Mahesh, some people have asked it. Correct, trim function, very good. So if I basically need to remove spaces before and after, so for example, I have something like this, okay, laptop. Now what will happen is if I have data like this, no, the machine will not think that this laptop is same as this laptop. It will not. Why? Because for Excel, right, it is actually storing every string also along with the gaps, right? So we basically have to correct this, let's say corrected product, okay? Suppose I have to do by formula, you're right. I have to use trim and I'll have to select it. Sorry, I have to put what? See, what is the error I made, guys? I have to put formula equal to, right? Then I have to do trim. So you can see it's here available. It gives me a command. I have to select the cell. Okay. So now you can see all of this is having no spacing to the front or to the end. This does not correct any spacing issues in the middle, if you can see. Yes. Making sense, everyone? Suppose I have this issue, no, the smartwatch issue. What I will do, how will I replace it? So I know here I have only 10 data rows. So I can go and I can go. So you can see here, this is a formula. How I will correct it? So I can actually use something called as replace, na? So I have to replace it. So I can basically say that if I have so we can replace our old text, okay, with some new text. So we can use this function, okay. What are the other functions we can do? We can do find, right? We can do another thing called find. So where it will have, I can find actually whether the text within a text, okay. So these are some of the ways in which I can do it. Plus, but please understand that you have to do it cell by cell. So what was going to happen? Generally, since we are putting formulas, no, suppose how I will correct it? I can I put a formula on this? I cannot, na? So let's say I put it on space. Okay. Is it working? It's not working, correct? Yes. So I have to keep on. So I will probably, correct it. by basically doing this again and again and again. So column by column, I have to do it again and again and again. That is a big problem, right? So please, this is one of the most exhausting features of Excel if you are going to use formulas. But still, if you are having such a small database like I have, I can still use formulas. So we will learn formulas, okay? So let's go and learn some formulas, then we'll apply it here, okay? So let's go here. So we did this, we did this. So whenever you are trying to clean the text in Excel, we can use the trim function. Yes. So trim function, as I showed you, it's removing the extra spaces. Upper function will change the whole word into caps. Lower will convert it into small letters only. Why do we need this, guys? Sometimes what happens is you find that people are writing indiscriminately anything, right? So you will bring it, if I have to compare whether this string is same as that string, okay? It's good if you convert everything into upper or everything into is smaller. So in Excel, small a is not same as big A. Excel cannot distinguish. I mean, it does not see small a as the same as big A. Is it clear, everyone? HP, I have shared the data. Okay, so for YouTube link, how we will share? For YouTube link, I don't know how I will share the data, but you are here available, no? So I will find out. Maybe I will share that with the YouTube channel later. Okay. Yes. So one of the ways. So let's look at cleaning of data by data types. So give me 5-10 minutes. Then we will take a break, guys, today. Okay. First is we will clean text. So to remove spaces, we will use trim. Similarly, you have L trim and R trim. So when you know that the error is generally towards the end, you have one. You use R trim. When it's towards the start of the word, you use L trim. You use trim means anywhere there is space, both in the start and the end, it will use it. Then you have case of letters. So you have an uppercase, convert the whole thing into like the payment mode. UPI, I want uppercase. Credit card, I can put it in uppercase. Similarly for electronics, right? Laptop. So this category also, everything I can convert into uppercase or lowercase, right? Proper, where I can use proper for names, for city names, for names of people, I can use proper. Then clean, suppose you are having hidden characters like /t, /b are there, no? If it's coming from a Lotus system or if it's coming from a Unix system, right? Then you can use these. So these are some common cleaning in Excel for text. Okay. Then we actually have data beyond the text. So we also have what? Date cleaning, we saw, right? Number cleaning, we have got, correct? Then we have currency cleaning. So number cleaning, what was the basic error we had? We had quantity saved as general. We had amount, I mean unit price saved as general. We also had total amount saved as general. Now we cannot say they are all numbers because in Excel they are not numbers. So you have a whole number, you have a decimal number. So you have to select and change all of this. Okay. Now another thing that happens is suppose you are using a different version of Excel, you are exporting the file into another. Some of the times all of this will go for as general. So you'll have to redo it. Are we making sense, everyone? Numbers also, you sometimes you will see that numbers also can be stored as text. This also happens. So in those cases, what you will do, you will use equal to value and you put the cell. Okay. So that is another common thing that we use for numbers. So you take the number, you say equal to value of that row. So we are ensuring that this is a number only. Okay, clear? Making sense, everyone? Yes, I will share it to XLR after the session. Okay. So just ask your friends to wait a bit. Okay. Okay, clear, everyone? Then, so how do I fix my data, which is date, number, and you have currency? Okay. So definitely we have to find and we have to replace it. So to basically do matching, I can use find, I can use search. So better to use search because search is not case sensitive. If you are using find, okay, then suppose you have a laptop, okay, then it will only read laptop with whatever case that you are putting here. The string that you have put now, suppose you are writing laptop as small laptop, okay, then everywhere where the laptop is spelled as big laptop, it will not match at all. Okay, so instead use search. It's the same thing you can see. Then you have left. So I can also get some values from the left. So for that I can use left cell, number of characters I want to extract. I can do it in the right side. I can do it in the middle. Clear? Then you can have match and replace. So for that we use substitute. Okay. So what you will do? So for example, let's use substitute somewhere and see how it works. The string is what? Suppose I want to substitute. Okay. So in this string, okay. So we can use substitute like this. You can see I can select substitute. Then this one. Okay. So what is the old text I want to replace? What I want to do? So you can see it's saying Bangalore. Everywhere else, it's not doing anything. Can you see that? It's not done it here, if you see. Can you see this? Everyone? Making sense? So what is the formula? So you can see this, right? Making sense? Similarly, you can basically do a lot of this. Now, what happens after you have changed this? I have to basically do select the column, do a copy, okay, and I have to paste as values. Okay, then only I should save it. Otherwise, what will happen? You will find that if I create a pivot now, this will not work at all in the pivot because this is only formula. This will work. Okay, so these are things that you have to always keep in mind. Am I making sense, everyone? Anyone having questions, queries, doubts? Okay. All right. So let's see what are the other issues we have. So substitute, we saw how it works, correct? So these are the things that you should ideally do. Okay, you open the file. So what are the steps if you are going to use formula, how we are going to do? So we are basically going to do all of this, okay, in that Excel sheet. So you open the file. First is you have to see whether this file is opening properly. So are the field names available in columns? You remember yesterday the definition of worksheet? All the field names and should be available in columns. And you should have every row to be representing an instant of all these fields. And the cells should have a value. Okay, this is the first thing you have to ascertain. Then you can check on column mapping. What do I mean by column mapping? You start looking at the names of the columns. You try to understand what is this data about. You need to have an understanding of the data before you even start cleaning. Okay. Now, if I have given this particular sheet, you can use these formulas to clean it. So the customer name, you usually use equal to trim proper of the name. Okay. Then you can use, go to the city, you can use substitute. Sorry, you can basically use, proper, then substitute, then lower, and then trim. So like that, you can use nested formulas also. So you will have to use nested formulas here. Otherwise, what will happen? You will have 5 different columns. Today's class, Harsha is going to be on Excel only. Amar, Shivante, we need people to put comments. It's important. Don't disable the chat box, okay? Yeah, so I was telling today we are going to learn Excel only, guys. In the second session post the break, we will learn how to use Power Query within Excel, okay? So this session will be available in the LMS, okay? So you can see that in this particular slide, I have shown you what you have to do. So you will use nested formulas, okay? So for example, date. We know that it's inconsistent. So I basically just have to select that column, convert it into date. Then I can basically use date value and then I can substitute. So I had a wrong form, this thing for date, right? I can change it. Then for numeric fields, instead of generic, we have to select and put it as number. Okay. So I think we have taken 5 minutes extra. We will take a 10-minute break, everyone. How many of you don't want a break? Is there anyone here who don't want a break? Or everyone wants a break? Break needed. Okay. So we are going to take a 10-minute break. So now what is the time? So don't worry, we have enough time. Only request is in the second session, we definitely want you guys to sit with your laptop. Okay, we're just going to take 10-minute, 5-minute break is okay for you guys? Is a 5-minute break fine? Okay, 10-minute break we are taking. Okay, we will just take a 10-minute break. Yes, same video is available in YouTube. Okay. So we are going to rejoin in 10 minutes. Okay. So some of you might have queries. So you can ask me queries during the break. So I'm going to be available on chat. So if you are going to have a lot of queries, put it now. Whatever we've learned till now, you can put it here. Are we all back, guys? Okay, cool. Let's understand Power Query. Then we are going to use Power Query and do the same changes that we tried to do using formula, right? Nested formula is nothing but when I use 2, 3 formulas. So for example, I can, let's say, use trim along with changing the case of the string, right? That's called a nested formula. So I'll use equal to upper, then trim, then I give the cell number. Okay, that's called a nested formula. Making sense? Okay. What is Power Query? Yeah, I can do it at the same time. What is Power Query? So Power Query is a way it's a tool which is available inside, it's built inside Excel. Okay, and it enables me to do ETL. I think all computer graduates here know what is ETL. What is ETL, guys? So what is ETL? I think so if you have the LMS username password, it's shared there. The PDF as well as the database are available on the LMS. Am I correct? Amar, can you confirm whether it's
Yes.
available? Yeah.
Yeah, it's data set is available over there.
Yes. The PDF also will make it available before the end of the session, right? Yes. Okay. So ETL means extracting data, transforming data, and loading back the data. Sometimes we do ELT also. Okay. So if what we did using formulas in Excel was actually ELT, right? We extracted the data, we loaded it into Excel, then we were trying to change the data, right? So this is what data engineers do. So most of our jobs in ML or analytics and all of that. So whenever you are hearing the word called data engineering, right? So primarily you are going to look at data, store it in different places. Then whenever your team needs the data, you're going to extract it, transform it, and then make it available for them. Okay. So there are two things. ETL. So Power Query helps you with ETL. Okay. What we did now some time ago before the break was ELT. We took some CSV file, right? We extracted it, we loaded it into Excel, then we were trying to change it, correct? That is ELT. Am I making sense? Making sense, everyone? So this is a huge concept. Most of our jobs who are data engineers, who are basically going to be data analyst and all, you will be doing this. Now, Power Query gives you in a jiffy like that. Okay. So what does extraction mean? What we did know, we had different types of data. We were trying to open it. That is called as extracting. We are making the software Excel read the data which is available in different formats. That's called as extraction. Transformation is what we were trying to do. We were trying to make this data more conducive to the way I wanted or you wanted. So let's say there was a date format. I am changing the date format to US date format, standard format. So that means I am transforming that data. Okay. Loading means I make these changes, then I load it. I make it available for the team to work on it. So they might write programs, they might write an algorithm, they might generate something, right? This is called as ETL. Is the concept of ETL clear? Okay. So this is that easy, basically, guys, to use Power Query. Clear? So how do I access Power Query? I know that most of you might have different versions of Excel. So basically, your Power Query is available if you are having a 2010 or a 2013 version of Excel. You will have something called as Power Query here. You have to go and click here. Suppose you are using 2016. Okay. You will have data. You will have this new query here. It is available here. Okay. Basically, once you select this new query, it is basically going to be opening my Power Query window. If you are using Office 365 or 2019 or 221 or some later version, like I showed you, go to data and then you say get data. Can all of you check in your Excel what version you are using and whether Power Query is available? Is Power Query available in all your laptops? Everyone check, please. Anyone who's not having Power Query, let me know. Yes, everyone is having Power Query. Very good. That's fantastic. Okay, cool. Okay. So this is the first check we had to do. Now we are going to open this data in Power Query. So let's open it. So I'm just going to open my Excel. So I'm just going to share my desktop. It's become very tedious. Okay. So I'm just going to open this file, right? So I can just open a blank workbook. Okay. So I go to data, like I showed you. I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to launch the Power Query editor. Okay. So I'm going to do that. You can see it's automatically asking me. You can see there's no data here. So that's a problem, correct? So I have to, since this is a blank data, there's nothing here. So what I will do, I'll go here, say get data. Okay. I have to select the file. Okay. I say get data. Then I press next here. You can see it is showing me some sheets. I'm opening the sheet I'm interested in. Okay. Now I will not press load. I will press this second button called transform data. I press it here. You can see I get a new window. Can you see this? It's a new window. This is called as the Power Query editor. Everyone clear? Everyone clear with this? Okay. So let's repeat it. I'm just going to close everything. I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is, I go here, I open Excel. Okay. I'm creating a blank workbook. I go here to data. I press here and I say get data. Okay. So I'm selecting this. The file I shared with you was CSV to Excel drive, right? So you say get data. Then you press next. Now you can see it is showing me some Excel files. So I have, this is the first one, this is the second one. You can see it's a blank. So I'm only going to select the first file. Okay. Now I'll press the second button, transform data. This is the Power Query editor. This is how you launch Power Query. Clear? Everyone? So try to do this along with me. So I think Naresh is having 2010. Do you have Power Query? No CSV file, guys. I have put an Excel file only so that it's easier for you to open it. Okay. Okay. So I need you guys to be here. Everyone, you open the window. This window is available to everyone. It's okay if it's different. Okay. The only idea is that this particular window should come. Clear? So this is the Power Query window. Let's understand this window, guys, before we get into anything else. You can see there is home, transform, add column, view, and help. Okay. So forget the help. We have something called home. So after you complete everything in Power Query, okay, you have to go and do close and load. You can see once I just go and I put it here, I don't even have to click. I point it here. There are a number of options which are available. Can you see that? I have then get data, enter data. So why am I again having get data and all? I can open more data here. So suppose I want to open another one. Okay. I can go and open it if you want. So I can go and open this also. You can see. So now you can see. So you can now see I've got two files now. Can you see that? So similarly, I can create manually enter data if I want. Okay. Understand this, guys. I can refresh all this. If I press here, all these tables will be refreshed. Okay. Then I can choose columns. You can see I can do something like choose columns. I can remove column. I can keep the rows. I can remove the rows. I can filter rows. You can see. Based on some condition, I can filter. All this I can do. Yes. Okay, clear? So you can see that I have got these ribbon elements here. So these are different tabs, right? Different tabs or ribbon that you can see here, correct? Second is you can see after home I have transform. So here I can basically I can make my first row into, you can see here. Here I can use my first row as header if I want. But that's not the case. I can change the names by double clicking here. So I have date, time, I can put it. Okay. Then you double click it, you say case number. Okay. Then you double click it, you can say log for case details. You can see this. I can do all that. Okay. Now, what do you see here? Can you see that something has changed here? So every time I have done something, can you see what it's showing, what has happened? So I changed the name. Can you see that it has created renamed columns? Suppose I don't want these rename of columns, I just press here. You can see now there is no name here. So this is called as, I can basically check the steps that I have taken to transform the data. If I don't like it, I can just press this cross. Okay, that step will be skipped. Is it clear to everyone? Yes. So here also you can see it is showing me something. Yes, clear? Okay. Now you can see the different tables which are there. I can see from the left side, right? They are called as queries. Tables are called as queries. Now this is the data view. Can you see this? This is called the data view. Yeah. So here you can see I've got different things. I can do remove top rows, remove bottom rows. So I can do all things that I can do in Excel here. Okay. You can see this. There is something here. Okay. This is a query M language. This is the language like Python and all that Excel actually understands this. Okay. Currently, you can see this. When you become an expert Excel user, you can probably just write these codes. Okay, clear? Are the components of this query window clear to everyone? Anyone having queries on this? I don't know whether 2007 or 2010 Excel has Power Query. You actually have to, I think it's available from 2000. So as per this PPT, when it's available. 2010 it's available. 2007 you probably have to, I don't think it's available. Okay. 2010 onwards it's available, Naresh. Okay, sure. Now we are basically going to now do transformations of this data. So everything that we did, no, using formulas, we are actually going to do now. So what we will do first, we will select the table. Okay, so now let's see. I go here. You can see that this data type I have to change. Okay, so I go to transform. So it is in home. I go to transform. Okay. Now you can see there is something called as data type. I go and I change it to date. Okay. Can you see? Automatically now it is detecting it as date. Okay. Now what is the difference, guys? So there was one thing which is now showing as an error. Can you see this? So I deleted it, I can get back. So it's 15 first one, right? So now I go back again and I basically convert this into a date. Okay. So I am going to replace this error with the correct date since there is only one value. So what I will do, I go here, I press replace values. So I replace this error with 1/15/2025. Okay. You see, I have corrected this. You can see in just 2 steps, we have got the dates clarified. If I had to use formulas, this would have taken a lot of time, right? In just 2 steps, we have cleaned the date. Now we come to this customer. Okay. Now we understand that this customer actually has having a space problem, right? So what we do, we go select it. Okay. Now I'm going to split this column. How will I split it? I'm going to split it by the delimiter, and the delimiter is going to be what? Space. Okay. So I'm now going to do this. Can you now see it is now split? So there was only one particular column which had 2 spaces. So it's split like this. Can you see that? Yes. Now I can select this column. I can go here to format. You can see I'm still in transform only. Okay. I am in format. I can do a trim here. Okay. I select the second part of it. I go to format. I do a trim here. I go to the third part of the column. I format. I do a trim here. Okay. Now I basically need Burma to be here, right? So I can go here. I can basically click it here. I put replace values. Okay. I am going to, what is the value I'm searching for? It's a blank. Okay. All my blank, I'm replacing it with Verma. Okay. Can you see now? I have added this. Everyone following me? Now I go to this third split. I'm deleting it. I don't need it, right? I'm going to remove this column. Now what I do, I basically am going to press Control, Customer and the two customers which are there, I'm going to select, right? Okay. Now I'm going to merge them. So I right click it. You can see merge columns. I merge it. What is the separator? Space. Okay. So the new column name is can you see now? I've corrected this. Everyone clear what I have done? So if there was more than one space, you saw that it was creating so many blanks. Suppose there were 3 spaces, it would have created, 4 columns. Because with blanks, I was deleting it. Yes? Making sense, everyone? What I have done? Okay. Now you come to this Bengaluru thing. Sorry, the city name. Okay. What we do here again? So again, we have to now change this to text. This is text, right? Select text now. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We go to format. We do a trim. Okay. We will do one more thing. We will select this and we will say capitalize each word. Okay. Now I want to replace. You can see there is a Bangalore and there is a Bengaluru. Which value you want to keep, guys? You want to keep Bangalore or Bangalore? Vaishali, what is not clear? Okay, so you want to keep Bengaluru? Okay, no issues. So I select this. I go to replace values. What value I have to find? Bengaluru, and I'm replacing it with. Okay. So can you see now I have replaced it? Yes. I'm gonna re-show this, what we did. Select this, go to replace values. And I'm going to replace it with. Okay. So you can see now I have corrected this also. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear? Two 2019 also has this thing. So I showed you, no? Amaya? 2019 also has Power Query. You have to go to data, then you have to select to get data, right? Okay. Now you come here. You can see this is product, correct? So now I will again change the data type to text. I go to format. I made it make it into uppercase only. Okay. Now we know that basically phone or watch or whatever, it should have some kind of. So I'm going to replace. So whenever we are going to have. So I'm going to just replace it with. So now you can see I have corrected this. Okay. So we can again do a trim. Again, we go to category. We can do a trim. We can do an uppercase. Now we come to quantity. We are going to change this into a whole number. You can see that. Okay. Then we come to unit price. So what is the data type? Decimal number. Okay. When we come to total amount, we change the data type to be a decimal number. We come to payment method. Again, you can see it's trim. Then I'm going to do uppercase. Okay, now I'm going to add a column because I am not sure whether this total amount is correct or not, right? So I'm going to add a new column. So this column is basically going to be calculated amount. Okay, that's the name of the column. So what is this equal to? It's going to be equal to quantity quantity into unit price. Okay. So can you see it's calculated? I've got a new column here. Is it clear, everyone? Similarly, I think some of you wanted to add a tax, right? So let's say payable tax. So what will that be? So it will be calculated amount into, I think it's 18% or 20, I don't know what is it. So it will be 0.18. Okay. So you can see this is the payable tax. So let's create another one, invoice amount. It's going to be equal to calculated amount plus payable tax. Okay. So guys, is it clear? You can see I have created everything here. Right. So you can see I have done so many calculations, right? Now what I have to do, I have to save it. So what I will do, I have to go to home and have to press close and load. Now can you see guys what has happened? So you remember I created invoice amount, payable tax, calculated amount, payable mode, total amount, unit price, quantity. Can you see now? You can actually now delete this, right? Because this is much more validated, correct? How many of you are following me, guys? Yeah, so if you want to align it and all, you come back to Excel and you can align it. Okay. Clear, everyone? Anyone having questions, queries? This is the time to ask, guys. So tell me, what is the difference that you have noticed between the changes that you did directly on Excel versus Power Query? Is there any difference that you saw? So if you are using 2016 and all, guys, you have to go to data and new query. If you are using 2019, 2021 or the latest Office 365, you go to data and you use get data. Okay, that's the difference. If you are using 2010 or 2013 version, you have to go to Power Query. Okay, so we found this, we learned about this, correct? So these are the data transformations we did, right? I I told you how you can delete it, how we can check this, right? We closed and we loaded the data, correct? Now tell me, before we close, I wanted to ask a question. What is the difference between what we did in Power Query versus what we did in Excel? Did you see any difference other than the fact that it was very easy? Very good. So I can see some of you are correctly saying in Power Query, you are actually working at a column level. In Excel, you are working at a cell level. So what does that mean? When you are working at a cell level, you basically have to put the formula and then you have to pull it, right? You have to apply it to all the cells. Then you have to copy it and then paste it as a number, right? In Power Query, you see that that is not at all the case. Very good, very good. Yes. Power Query is very easy. Yes. One tap function. Yes. So the one thing you have to remember is after you use Power Query, you have to press close. Save changes and close. If you simply press close, it will not save the changes. Okay. Making sense? So Lavanya, Power Query also we've used via Excel only. Yes, you can go back to the steps. Correct. Very good. So how many of you are now feeling more confident with Excel? How many of you are feeling more confident? Very good. Yes. So I want all of you to feel very confident in Excel. You can see, right? It's very, very easy if you use the correct tools. Very good. Okay. So I think the attendance link is here. Yes, reposted it also. So Ramu, you have to come to the everyone window and check it. So I hope today's session was useful, guys. So I have the Windows version also. So I am using Office 365. It is the same version only. There is no difference. So from tomorrow, maybe I will use the Windows version. I got Windows also in the system. Okay, so no problem. Okay. Francis, is that fine? Manu Francis, okay. Amar, can you please confirm on the availability of LMS? Many people are saying that they are not able to access LMS. Amar, can you just take a few minutes and confirm on this? I think, guys, for signing up to LMS, you would have got an email. Like Amar taught you in the class. You have to basically go to the website. Then using that email, you have to in. Okay, you have to take a username, password. The username will be your email ID. Password you have to select. Then you have to log in. That's a very simple process. Okay. Any other query? So, Neelesh, I am told you that just use Power Query. You don't have to remember any of these processes, right? Or formulas. Yes, very good. It was easy and clear, correct? I want you guys to use Excel like a pro. So my endeavor is to make it very easy to follow so that if you can have this session and then you go back to Excel, you'll remember everything. All right? Okay. So we come to the end of the session, guys. Anyone having any question, query? Anyone having any other question or query? No? So I will end the session here. So tomorrow there is a very interesting and important topic. So we are going to learn about how to use pivot tables and some extended formulas in Excel. So kindly attend the session. Clear, everyone? So we will try to make it very easy, simple to follow so that all of you can land jobs. Okay, that's the endeavor of the session. Okay. All right. So shall we end, Amar? Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.